Welcome back to the podcast. It has been a while. Sat next to me, ex-teammate of mine, current, I suppose, opposition of mine, and a legend himself, Danny Levi. What is the message, my man?
No. How are you, bro? Happy to be back, and I'm excited about it all, bro.
Bro, super excited. Back in the Super League now yourself. Back over in England in the miserable weather. Obviously, we played each other just recently in the pre-season friendlies, and it was good to see you again, mate. Obviously, good to be back opposite jerseys now as opposed to our time at Huddersfield, but really, really good to be back here. How are you feeling about returning back to the UK?
I'm happy, bro. Like, honestly, I always had like the plan of coming back. I felt like I enjoyed my time over in and around in Canberra and all that, but I'm excited to be back, bro. I'm being closer on this side of the world to travel and all that sort of thing, so I'm excited, bro.
Oh, it's so good, and that's one of the best benefits, isn't it, about playing over here, is that you can jump on a flight and be wherever you want. Talk to us a little bit about the return to the UK.
Yeah, it was pretty easy transition, bro. Like, I was come at the end of the season in Canberra. Manager was talking to a few teams and all that sort of thing. I let him sort it out. I was enjoying my off season. I was over in Bali with the in-laws, bro. Obviously, love my Bali. It's probably my favourite spot, bro. So I was over there, and then got a phone call from BA or Brad Arthur, saying how they were keen on getting me over and all that sort of thing. And bro, within about a week or two, everything was all sorted. It was keen to get me over early as, and I was like, bro, I'm in Bali, and I've got to have some time with the family and that, but I enjoy myself. But no, once it was all sorted, bro, got on the flight. I had to do the first stint. Probably was it the first month and a half over here by myself, so that was pretty tough. Not seeing the daughter and missus for Christmas and that, but they enjoyed themselves on the bloody 30-degree weather, swimming in the pool and that while I was freezing my ass off over here. But it's all good now. They've all settled in, so that's sweet.
Oh, I love that. Hey, it's tough that though, isn't it? Obviously separating for the family for the first little bit. You're coming over here off the back of obviously a tough playoff run with Canberra, but minor premiers. How was that season unravelling? Was it always a mission to win minor premiers? At what stage during the season were you sort of going, "Oh, we're on here, boys"?
Yeah. Oh, it was a bit for myself personally. It was a roller coaster season. Like the year before, I was playing every game, first grade and that, and then. It was a funny one, bro. I come in pre-season and, I thought I was doing well in pre-season. Coaches were happy as with me. And then I was excited. It was round one was in Vegas. And then coach hit me with just not going with you this year. And then was sort of out of first grade. I played a few games here and there. But, it was a bit of a roller coaster. But I sort of got past the point of, obviously you're gonna suck about it. You're going to be upset. But I always just try to stay. I always got an attitude of just like, bro, things are bad is going to happen, like stuff like that's going to happen, but you control your attitude, and that's sort of the way I was looking at it. I know when you're out of first grade and all that sort of stuff, other coaches are hopefully going to look at you, and if they see you playing shit and sulk and all that, they're going to go, nah, I don't want this dude. Look at him, he's a sook. But so I always try and stay positive in that. But I got past that point, and then I was just happy as for the boys, bro. Like I'm close mates with a lot of them, and I was just so excited for them, to see how they win. And, I thought if I'm going to fall out of a first grade team, I wanted to be the team that's the number one. If I'm going to find it hard to make that team, it better be the fucking really good team. So that's sort of my attitude. But I was gutted for them when they bowed out in the finals, because they deserved it, bro. They played so well all year, but just that's footy, bro.
100%. Some real key things that you touched on there, but obviously, firstly, I'm very biased towards Canberra. Yourself, I'm very biased because that's my team. Do you know what I mean? So I was a bit gutted, but that is the biggest thing, isn't it? And that's one of the biggest things I've learned in my career, is that you can't be a suck, can you? Do you know what I mean? You're going to be in favour at times, you're going to be out of favour at times. I'm literally going through that right now, where I'm probably a little bit out of favour, but being able to sort of switch your perspective, and obviously you're gutted when you're not being picked, aren't you? Yeah. Everyone's gutted. That's why we're here. We're here to play footy. Do you know what I mean? But you can't have that attitude that I'm going to feel sorry for myself, because feeling sorry for yourself gets you absolutely nowhere, doesn't it? And it's for me at the moment, and for me, what my career I reckon is built on is what's the next positive thing I can do.
Yeah.
Because there's no point to being negative about those things, is there?
Oh, 100%, bro.
Being negative gets you absolutely bleeding nowhere. So you're coming over to here. You do the first stint on your own. How's that?
Yeah, that was tough, bro. It was awesome because I actually got to, spend more time with the boys. So you actually get to build a bit of a relationship with your new teammates and that, just because you don't have family. Like, well, when my family's here, obviously you want to spend more time with them and that sort of thing. But because they were overseas and they had, we got all our family back home, so they were sweet. But I got to spend more time with the boys, hang out with them a lot more, so build a lot more relationships. And I love that. I was real worried. Coming to new clubs and that, different characters, all that sort of thing. But when you go to Leeds is a big club. So you go to one of those big clubs and, there's big name players, but then a lot of the time it comes with like big egos and that sort of thing. So I was real worried about that. But honestly, there's not been one person like that. They've actually been all unreal. Like I haven't found one person that's, go, a bit iffy on that guy. Bro, everyone's been unreal. Like there's dudes in there that I played like last night, Jake Connor, Jake Snake, everyone's got a reputation, and last time I was here, bro, oh man, I couldn't stand the guy. I honestly would do my head in, but he has been one of the best dudes I've since coming here, bro. Like once you get to know him, oh my God, he's a legend, bro. So I've enjoyed it, eh?
It's funny that, isn't it? Because sometimes players and teammates as well, when you're against them, you go, I hate that bloke. He's the worst person on earth to play against. And then when they're your actual teamate, you go, he'd do anything for you. He's one of the best blokes. Like, I'm just thinking on our team, like I played against Sammy Hallis a few times and I thought this lad's relentless. Like he's just a dog. He's just hammering you. He's just grubby ass. Then you play with him and he's the bloke who gets you fired up. And obviously you've probably played against James Bentley as well. He's one of my good mates and everyone hates him who's played against him. And then when your mates up, when you play with him, like I play with my Ireland, I go, he's actually all right. Do you know what I mean? When you play against him, you go, oh my God, he's insufferable. You talk about obviously ego and how that plays into the game of sport. And I think that there's nobody who makes it this far away with a little bit of an ego. You have to have 100%. a bit of a chip on your shoulder, and you have to have that little bit of belief that you are that person. Like you, if not, like, because if you don't have that belief that you are, like, you have it. You've got that bit about you. You don't make it. But equally, how does that play into, like, how do you balance that out? The ego versus the humility.
Yeah, like that. Look, you touch on it there. It's exactly that. You got to balance it out really well. Like myself personally, I come in and I came over with a mindset of I want to be the best hooker and I want to be one of the top hookers in the comp. And personally, I know I can be that. Like, so when I go out there, when I train, when I play, that's the point I'm trying to prove. And you've got to believe it. Like, but at the same time, you just got to sometimes pull the reins in. You don't want to go tell anyone I'm better than you. That sort of thing. Like, you know it, but you just got to try and, rein it back a bit. Just obviously actions is all it is. You just show it with the actions and you can believe it all you want because, that's the best way to do it. But yeah, it's just that sort of, it's a tough one to balance. You don't want to be too cocky and all that sort of thing. But yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
You have to have a bit of that chip on your shoulder, don't you? That you have to believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, who the hell's gonna?
Exactly.
And I feel like that. I was speaking with someone else about this recently. That the reason that I got here and managed to come over from Ireland and be this player who's sort of been the second ever Irish player to play in Super League is because I just had this delusional self-belief. Like, I was 17 years old. I'd spent the summer before working at McDonald's and I was telling people I'm going to be a pro rugby player. And who was believing you then? Do you know what I mean? Because that 17 is nearly make or break. Like, people are in academies. People debut in the Super League at 17. Yeah. People play professionally at 17. People play in the NRL at 17, 18. And then I'm there working in McDonald's the previous summer telling people I'm going to play pro rugby. Who's going to believe that? Do you know what I mean? But you have to have that sort of like delusional self-belief in order to actually make it in this sport. Because if not, there's going to be a video session where you cop the biggest spray on earth. And if you let yourself get too hurt by that or let your ego get in the way, you're not going to go far. You have to be able to ride that and go, no, I've still got it. Do you know what I mean? Just because I had a bad game doesn't mean I'm a bad player. Because at the end of the day, this is our sport that we've played since we were kids. Yeah, do you know what I mean? And it's just sport. It is just a game. And to be able to flush that and enjoy it for the game that it is so important. Obviously, talking about proving yourself coming over here, and you're back over here now. First time when you come over to Huddersfield. Has it been different coming over for the second time? And what was your initial thoughts when you first signed to Huddersfield? Because that's when we first crossed paths.
Yeah. Bro, it's been... I've actually loved it a lot more coming over this time. I think I was more prepared. I knew what to expect, knew how to, adapt to the English culture a lot quicker, getting set up, all that sort of thing. But... when I was first signed at Huddersfield, I was excited, a whole new experience, get to do it with my family and all that. But bro, when I first rocked up to the first training, man, I thought, what the fuck have I done here? I rocked up and we were training at I think it's a YMCA, some amateur rugby club, and bro, the field was just slop, just pure mud, man. I was going, fucking. And the worst thing is too, I rocked up and I had these fresh new boots and I packed them, and then as I pulled them out, I pulled out 2 left boots. So it was my first day of training, so I had to wait for my missus to come drop them off. I was 10 minutes late on the field because I was trying to get my boots sorted. And then I seen them run. I went to the top field and it was slop and no one was out there. And I was going, where the hell did they all go? And I looked down and there's these amateur little mini soccer fields where the kids play. And that was on a bit of a hill, and I thought, fuck, no way we're training on this, bro. Holy, it was just a bit of an eye opener, and I was thinking, oh, what have I done here? But it was that was probably the biggest hurdle to get over at first, man. Just that whole new sort of facility thing, and but once I got going, bro, you sort of just accept it, and we were pretty successful on the field too, so that made it a lot easier. But yeah, man, it was a big adjustment coming from NRL and all these nice facilities and all that sort of thing. So it's been all good though, bro.
Bro, it's actually so funny hearing that, because before I'd gone over to Canberra under-20s, all I knew was the setup at Huddersfield, and all I knew was those fields, and that was just, obviously it was levels above what I'd played in terms of amateur rugby in Ireland. There's amateur rugby, and then there's obviously Huddersfield, a step above that. We have our own gym, we have our own field to go to. And then I go over to Canberra and I come back to Huddersfield and I was like, okay. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit of a, like you said, it's a reality check. You go, there's levels to this stuff. Do you know what I mean? Bro. There's levels to this stuff, and you have to be able to sort of dust yourself off and go, okay, what's next?
Yeah.
You spoke about the success that year, Challenge Cup finalists. I think, what did Huddersfield finish that year? Second?
About third, I think we finished.
Third finish, yeah. So a very successful year by all means. What was that like, obviously, that year in general? That you were playing fucking phenomenal footy at that stage, you know what I mean? What was that like that year? Do you reckon that sort of springboarded your career as you went back to the NRL?
Yeah, bro, hard. Honestly, still to this day, I was probably one of the most enjoyable years for myself. It was just a whole new challenge, and I sort of set myself a goal, like I have already, to go get over there. And I always had a goal to get back into the NRL at that point. So my mindset was well, if you want to get back in the NRL, you've got to be a standout. You've got to be one of the best hookers in the competition. So that's what I went in thinking, and I was lucky enough, that we were successful, bro. Made the Challenge Cup final. That one was guttering, bro. I think last 10 seconds or something they scored on the hooter. But yeah, so that was a tough one to swallow, and then still done pretty well throughout the year, and then I think we come up against Salford, and bro, they hit hot form at that point, like the back end of the year. Brody Croft, I think he was man of steel.
Untouchable there, back end of the day.
Yeah, man, he absolutely carved us up. I remember I come off within the first, I think, 5 minutes of the game. I thought I'd done my ACL or something, and so I just got to sit there and watch us get pumped there. But that was guttering, and then. Like you said, I caught it. It did sort of springboard me back into the NRL. Was I think Canberra, one of the coaches there, Michael Crawley. He might have been there when you were there. Maybe he was a assistant coach.
Might have been,
but he messaged me throughout. I think it was a couple of weeks before the Challenge Cup, actually, the final, and asking, would I be keen to get back over there, come to Canberra? They're looking for a hook, and I was, oh, yeah, sweet as, keen as, and then I sort of asked. I went to Huddersfield, told them what they that Canberra were obviously keen on getting me back there early. So I went there, asked them, and they said no. Obviously, we've got the whole year. They needed time to plan, which fair enough. Then come to the end of the year, and Canberra was still keen. So I managed to get the release there, and went back to Canberra, and enjoyed my 3 years there. Had the first year there was pretty, that was guttering. It was 2 broken jaws, so that wasn't fun. But then that 24 season, I enjoyed that. Played just about every game, and then like I said, the 25 was a bit of a roller coaster for a year for myself. But I'm over here, so stoked, eh?
Flying, mate. Tell us about that jaw. Because that scan, the photo went about a bit, didn't it?
Yeah,
the jaw and the scan, and I was thinking, oh my god, that is one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. Talk us through that. It's mental.
Yeah, bro. So I think it was the 3rd game of the season. Bro, I was flying. We were in hot form and that. So coming to a tackle, then I launched out right shoulder, and then the bro just put some mad footwork on me. Just copped a massive whack from his shoulder into the jaw, and got up, and I thought, something's not right here. It was tingly as I was going, what the hell's here? And as I was running back 10, I moved my tongue in my mouth. And I just felt like little bits of bone and this big gap between my teeth, and I went, holy shit, I've done something bad here. And as I turned around, I had big prop Braden Ueli still running straight at me, so I'm trying to make a tackle with my head out there. lucky it was fifth and final. They kicked that, and I chucked my hand straight up, and I said, I'm done. Walked off the field, bro, and they went into the doctor, and he checked me out, and he saw my teeth, and they pretty much just split all the way open, so I looked like, the Predator. So I had a mouth like him at the time. I was going, oh, and the funny thing is, I was sitting there and I go, fuck yeah, I'm going to get some new teeth out of this. This is going to be mad, get brand new teeth and that. So they went out there looking on the field for teeth at half time, thinking I lost them. But yeah, all it was I just split everything quite open. So yeah, had the surgery, bro. That was a good 8 weeks, man. That was tough. Like just eating soup, and I was just melting down ice cream. That's all I could do. It was bad. They go to me, oh, you're going to lose some weight doing this. And so I thought, oh, okay, sweet as. So I thought, I'll eat a bunch of ice cream. I come back like 3 weeks later, I might have been heavier, bro. I was going, how the hell have I put on weight after breaking the jaw? But yeah, that was mad. And then I come back, I think I played about 3 games in New South Wales Cup. And then the gutting thing is Ricky literally came up to me and he goes, yeah, mate, we're going to bring you back next week. You play this game, get your minutes up and you'll be back in. I played that game, broke it again, man. I couldn't believe it. It was actually, I think it was Zach Fulton at Bulls.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, bro. So I was running back and he was running back on side and he sort of gave me a shoulder check and I looked, as I turned my head, whacked straight in the jaw and clenched my jaw and went, nah, something's not right, eh? I was a bit out of place again. So that was another 8 weeks and yeah, bro, that was a tough one, man. Just, I don't wish it upon anyone, breaking your jaw, because, man, I was starving the whole time. That's all I could think about was just how hungry I was the whole time.
You were just thinking about having a nice steak or something, weren't you?
Oh, brother, it was tough, yeah, man. I think the second time, about week 2, I was so hungry, I just grabbed like an omelette and I started just shoving it in, like just pushing it in my mouth. I was that hungry, bro. I couldn't wait anymore, but... yeah, man, that was tough, eh?
Right, that's just horrible. You're making me feel better about losing my tooth. My tooth doesn't seem so bad now, but listen, we didn't even get fresh off that. Like, that is a nightmare. That is an absolute nightmare. There's nothing more since that when you're sidelined with an injury, especially something like that you feel like that's just an unfortunate contact injury.
Much,
do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's not soft tissue, it's not ligament, it's just... And the second time as well, like that's even worse, isn't it? Yeah. That's even worse, and it's mentally draining, that, isn't it?
Oh, bro, it's tough. Like, because you go into rehab and there's nothing wrong with my legs, body, and all that, so I can full on train. So I'm just getting absolutely flogged for 8 weeks, and it's a lonely place, rehab, man. Especially when there's not many people in there and you're just running by yourself. It is a lonely place, bro.
Oh, lad, you're telling me. Well, I think that was the worst thing for me when I was in rehab with my shoulder, because you can still run. Eventually, when I got my labrum done, after about 4 or 8 weeks, you're back running. So you're just getting absolute, like, when it's a lower limb injury, like I got my ankle done, like you can do upper body, you're doing ski and that, but you're not running. Yeah. When you're running on your own, that's when the head starts ticking over.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
The black dog starts barking in your ear. He's saying all sorts to you, lad. He's saying all sorts to you. I just want to sort of roll back the years a little bit to your early career. Born in New Zealand?
Yeah, bro, born and raised in New Zealand, Wellington, New Zealand.
And what age were you when you sort of moved over and made the transition? Did you begin at the night?
No. So what happened was I was around 14. So one of our club coaches, his name's Pat Knox. He had a son, John Luke. He went over and trialled for Roosters Harold Mats in Sydney. He ended up making the team, and then Pat Knox, he goes, I've got a couple of young boys back home that would love to come over for about a month to have a bit of experience training with you and all of that. So we come over and we played in like this under 15s development Roosters team. Went to all the trainings and that, and then we ended up playing. And they said, we like him, let's keep him here. And so they put us in the school at a school called Patrician Brothers Blacktown, and that's quite a big rugby league school. So we done all our schooling there, and I ended up being put out to one of the families, the Hodges, Dino Hodge, Denise Hodge, and all them. Shout out to them. But yeah, they took me under there like my second parents now, bro. So I lived with them for a good year and a half, and then went through all my schooling. Playing at Roosters for a couple of years. It didn't quite work out, so I ended up coming back home. I was missing home. I was quite young. I was only 14, 15 at the time. So come back to school, wasn't really not smart in school, didn't enjoy myself there, bro, never showed up, that sort of thing. So my old man goes, nah, mate, you got to do something. So I went into the sports course, New Zealand Sports Academy, and I thought I was gonna learn a lot and do all that sort of thing, but bro, it ended up just being a big piss up, really. Like it was all old. I was just hanging out with old 18, 19-year-olds in there, so I was this young 16-year-old hanging out with them, and got myself a fake ID, bro, going out to town with them, having a good old time, but didn't learn much. But I trained hard while I was in there, and then my tutor was actually my coach for my rep team in Wellington, so as I was playing, I had a good game against one of the team, Auckland teams up there, and the Newcastle scout was there to watch a couple of the other players, and I just happened to have a good game that day, so he picked me up as well, signed me up. I was supposed to come over when I was 18, so I was still, I decided to go work for my missus' old man. I met my missus at that course as well. Worked for him. I was doing labouring. He owns a big plumbing business, and then doing labouring for him, bro. And then one day, I think it was Friday, I got a call from the night scout, and he goes, "Hey mate, we're going to bring you over early. We've got a lot of injuries." I was like, "Oh sweet, couple of weeks or something." He goes, "So we need you here by Sunday." So pretty much had 2 days to pack up everything, bro. Head over, and yeah, didn't look back since, bro. It was good.
That's a hectic story, isn't it?
Oh, massive.
Hey,
Yeah.
and what about that as well? Meeting your missus there, like that's like it's meant to be. If it worked out at Roosters, never meet your missus, mate. It's mental.
Bro.
It's mental. I love that. I love the old 2-day call up as well. That was literally me when I came over to Huddersfield the first time. It was like I finished my school exams 2 days later. I was here. It was like the old last minute, pack your bag and get going, mate. You know what I mean? There's nothing better though. There's nothing better. And how did that affect you sort of growing up in the transition from New Zealand to Australia? Because it is a bit different culture-wise. Like I think it's probably the closest thing on this side is like Ireland to England is the fact that Ireland's like a small like New Zealand, like a real small population, and then England's like the big world compared to, obviously not the size-wise, like Australia, but population-wise, do you know what I mean? It's similar, you know, you go across the water, bigger scale, but it's completely different culture, isn't it?
Massive, yeah. So like, I think for me, bro, it was I just had to kind of grow up a lot quicker. I was still quite young. I was only 17 when I first came over, but I was lucky enough. So I had my missus when I met her in there, and we'd been going out for about a year. And then she's half Australian, dad's Australian, from Sydney and that. So she's got plenty of family, and she actually had an auntie that lived in Newcastle. So I come over for the first couple of weeks, and I was living with a couple of the boys, and then she followed along with me, and then we sort of set up from there. But yeah, bro, it was a big shock, you know. There was you know, they promised me a job and all that sort of thing, and I come here, there was no job, and I was going, oh, what am I going to do for money and all that sort of thing. But managed to find our way. We were living off 2-minute noodles for a fair bit, bro. But yeah, that I wasn't the only one in that position. Everyone's like that. Like that's what I was sort of I was happy about, was like I thought, oh, you know, I'm going to be this only Kiwi there, blah blah blah. That, you know, doing it tough and that, but there's about another 10 fellas in the exact same position as me, so we sort of got along through that. But yeah, bro, no, it was tough. But I think in the long run it helped out heaps, bro.
Yeah, it's so good that, isn't it, having other people around you sort of in the same boat. I think like as I said, when I went to Canberra, that's where I seen it was done so well. Because when I came over to Huddersfield, I was literally like the only kid who'd moved properly away from home. So when I was in the academy, like no one else could relate. So I was just on my own. Everyone else was at home. Do you know what I mean? So it was just me, Han Solo, like figuring it all out. No one else had like moved far away to live here, really. There was one lad who moved from Hull, and that was it, really. And he had like a host family. I was the only one by myself. And having a host family and that makes a big difference. But when I went to Canberra, I got put up with Mitch Suter's family, so like it's a bit of a full circle moment. And then I was then in a big house with like 8 of the boys. Now that was crazy, but having like other people in the same boat as you, it makes a big difference, because like when you're a young fella and that, like, and there's no one else around you, you're sort of like, oh my god, what do I do? Whereas when everyone else in the same boat, like you said, broke, eating. But I used to eat. I literally, like, the boys at Huddersfield used to laugh at me. I still do eat it now, but I used to literally eat these blocks of like chili con carne that I'd meal prep, and by day 5 they would be absolutely potent. Do you know what I mean? But man, I'd be eating I'd eat just tuna and rice and that, whatever got the job done, mate. There was nothing nice, man. I didn't see sight or sound of steak when I first come over here. Do you know what I mean? Nah. But that's sort of the beauty, and that sort of sculpts you, doesn't it? And it makes you who you are. In those early years, what do you remember most about like living around Newcastle? Was it tame, or was it kicking on like you were in New Zealand in the sports academy?
Bro, yeah, like we enjoyed ourselves. I can't lie. I think like, obviously you got to be professional and that sort of stuff, but at the same time, you got to enjoy yourself, bro. And when you're young like that, you sort of can afford it. And I always thought, if you're training hard and you're not being stupid about it, you can go out and have fun. Like your body handles it a bit better. As you get older, you get that, you know, that sort of thing changes. But me and my mother, we were enjoying ourselves, bro. We would at the beach, we'd go out, play, eat junk food, come out, go out for that night when we had a good win and that, enjoy ourselves massively, bro. But as I started growing up a bit, I found I got to pull that back a bit. But yeah, bro, no, Newcastle, mad place, bro. Good place to go out. Yeah, a lot of trouble there. A lot of seems to be a big one for boys fighting and all that when they go out there. But nah, bro, I loved it. I love Newcastle. It was a good time.
Yeah, man, Newcastle's such a beautiful place. Like when I was up there this year or last year, I absolutely loved it. I think that's so important what you touch on. And it took me so long to learn this, and I struggled with this massively because like so much, and I'm still struggling with this now in a way. But so much of the time, people just you push this grind mentality, grind, like full on. And I feel like some of my younger years as an athlete, that it actually tensed me up. Do you know what I mean? I was too serious. And like it's only I'm talking recently, like the last 6 months or the last 18 months that I've really started to like discover the balance of being able to actually live my life and enjoy my life and not be so serious. And I talk about this all the time on the podcast, that I was so tense and serious that it was actually affecting how I play. Like I'd have this list of things I had to do the day before a game. My Saturday before a game, lad, it was butchered. It was like just do this, have this beetroot drink, then go to this cafe and have this exact food, and then have salmon and rice, then have this, then have that, then do this, and then flick a penny into your ear, like this kind of job. And I was so stressed out before a game. So whereas now I've nearly tilted the other way, that I've realised that like at the end of the day, you just turn up, you play. Like you can get thrown anything. If you let that rattle you, like you're gone, you're massive, done. Right. And the best players don't. The best players don't. They go out and they play the game like it's a game. Do you know what I mean? And they still train hard. They do, and that's the key, isn't it? They train hard as fuck. And that's like, if there's any message for people to take away with it, it's not that people were saying don't train hard. It's the fact that you have to be able to be fluid with what goes on. Because at some stage this year, one of the away teams are going to get stuck on that M62 and arrive half an hour before kickoff. Exactly. And if you let your lack of pre-ab ruin your game, like you're done, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like you've already set yourself up for a bad game. Or if for whatever reason you go to the shop and your favourite bottle of Lucozade isn't there, you're going to let that you know what I mean? Like, but that's what I was like. Yeah. And it took me so long as a professional to actually learn this. Do you know what I mean? Imagine me rocking up their game if I didn't have a beetroot shot. I'm cooked. Game's done. Do you know, like it sounds so dumb, like when I say it out loud, but that's where I was at. Yeah, yeah. I was so in that, like I was fed so much of that, that grind, that like, do everything absolute 100%. And I nearly trained myself to death, like, do you know what I mean? I'd be so in my own head, like, Jesus Christ, it was like the upside down in there, do you know what I mean?
Bro, yeah, so like, it's sort of the same thing. You're on the field, shit's not going to happen, like, it's not going to go perfect, and it's sort of that exact same mentality. This isn't gone right, we've just got to adjust and get on with it, bro. Like, so yeah, that was me. Like I learned when I first come in NRL, I really needed to rein it in a bit more. I was sort of I love joking, I love mucking around. I still trained hard, but I got those two mixed up a lot. So when it come to training, I was still mucking around and joking. I'd still go hard out in the drills and all of that, but during the drill, I'll be making a joke here, laughing at, sack whacking to one of the boys because I think it's funny, all that sort of shit. But and then I noticed I needed to rein it in when one of the coaches was just hated that sort of thing, was off me massively. I found myself getting dropped because of that reason, and then I thought, I've got to really start bringing it in, and it was sort of it didn't go too well. I started getting better, but in his mind, he had that mindset: this guy's a dickhead. He's going to muck around too much. I don't want anything to do with him. So sort of screwed myself there, but. As I got on, like I said, I just started going, you know what, there's a time and place, got to be able to switch on, switch off, that sort of thing. So what I've learned, once I've gotten into training, you can have a joke in that, you don't want to be too serious, but when you're training hard, don't fuck around, all that sort of thing. And then I come off the field, when you're having a drinks break, you can have a little laugh in that. But yeah, it's all about that balance and switching on, switching off sort of
100%, bro. Being able to go bang, being able to go. That's me. Like the lads say they hear me before they see me at training. Do you know, that's just who I am.
Yeah, exactly.
But then like on the field, you have to be able to go bang and switch it on.
That's it.
Going from Newcastle, where did you go? Was it Brisbane straight afterwards, or did you go to Manly?
Nah, so I ended up at Manly. So come to a point where Newcastle just I sort of got better, but it just wasn't working out. The coach had that same sort of mindset of me. So I thought, you know what, I need a fresh start, and I sort of come with it. It was hard because I came in with a bit of a reputation of, this guy mucks around a bit too much, and I thought I need to change that. I'm not like that anymore. I want to change that. So once the opportunity came up to go to Manly, I took that, and I trained hard, worked hard, and all that sort of thing. I had Des Hazard as a coach there, and I got along really well with him. I knew it was going to sort of be a 1 year thing because they had another hooker who was their main hooker, Manasseh, but he was going through a bit of trouble himself. So But once that year finished, ended up at signing at the Broncos. So that was quite awesome. I loved my time up there, bro. It was my family, all my missus' family, all moved over from New Zealand. They all live there, so getting to be around them, living in Brisbane with your family and all that, bro, it was unreal. I loved it. Sun's shining. It's 20 degrees, winter days, bro. It's unreal, man. Taking your top off after training and just getting that sun, it's fucking beautiful. So I enjoyed it there, bro. It was mad, but had to learn pretty quick, to get serious and all that sort of thing, and had to change that sort of reputation. I felt like I've done that. So yeah, no, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, it's a good thing to be able to do, isn't it? And I think that self-reflection's so important, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, you have to be able to write your own narrative on yourself, and there's nothing like a fresh start to be able to do that either. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, I feel like that was the biggest thing for me. Like, when I came to Bradford, is that when I went from Huddersfield to York, I was the young kid who just left his first team, his Super League team, and as long as I was at York there, I felt like I was seen like by the boys, and I was a kid who went up to York at 21 years old. You know, I was a young fella, and then when I left and I came to Bradford, I came as a player who's played a bit. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a different outlook on you. So there's nothing like a bit of a fresh start, is that, to sort of give you that, I don't know, not that fire in the belly, just a little bit of a fresh slate to go at.
Yeah, it's sort of just but reinvent yourself sort of thing, bro. Like, yeah, well, that's what I was looking for. I needed to change that reputation, sort of change the way people look at me. And obviously, I still want to be me. I'm not gonna, be someone I'm not. I love having a joke. I love mucking around every now and then, but I just learned when to do it, when not to do it.
100%. How important was it having like your missus's family all around you, and how supportive has she been about moving here, there, and everywhere with you?
Oh, bro, I am. It sounds pretty corny, bro, but I got to admit, I'm lucky to have her because she's been always in my corner, obviously, just like everyone else's missus. But she's put on a lot on hold of herself, of her career, her sort of thing. Especially her and my daughter. I've bounced around a lot of clubs, and they've never doubted it. They've never sucked about it. They've always went, "This is a new adventure." My daughter is bloody well travelled, more than most people. So she wherever she goes, bro, she fits in. She's not shy. She loves being around people, loves being around anyone that's not us. Anytime we go out, man, she doesn't want anything to do with us. She wants to hang out with everybody else, which is mad. They've been unreal, bro. Especially the missus. So she's an insurance broker by trade, and she had a really good career going for her in Canberra. And then once we went back to Brisbane after my contract finished in Canberra, and she had a good setup there. She was going to take over this whole new portfolio, man. She could have been my sugar mama, bro. It was mad. Fuck, it was unreal. I was thinking, I'm set, bro. I could retire now and she'll look after me. But obviously, I still enjoy myself. I still love playing footy and that. So when Leeds come up, I said to her like, if it works out, if this deal's good, I would love to take him, bro. She backed it straight away. She was like, yeah, no, like. Obviously, she's been good everywhere she goes. She means that she seems to fall on her feet. But I know once she goes back, she can fall back into that career. But yeah, she was more than happy to put that on hold for her. I'm sure her business weren't too happy with that. They loved her. They wanted to keep her going, man. But she put it on hold for me. And so I'm just happy to have her in my corner, bro. Because she's been by my side the whole way.
How good's that? And get to travel the world together as well. Like, what an experience! Like, being from New Zealand and getting to see all of Australia, get to see all of the UK, here, there, and everywhere, and then obviously travel all over Europe, like you mentioned. That's something so special, isn't it? And like getting to share those journeys together. Do you know what I mean? It really is like a ride or die story, isn't it?
Oh, bro, yeah, it's massive. It's unreal. Like, yeah, we're massive travellers. Every off season, we say, let's save some money this year. Bro, it comes to the off season, man. We're boom straight on a plane. We're off somewhere spending everything. So, we love it. My daughter absolutely loves it. She's flown more than anyone. I think it was funny as the first time we flew over, there was like a little upgrade. We met it. We walked. It was unreal. We were very lucky to get it. So we upgraded the business. She loved it. Coming back from England the first time, managed to get her in the business again. And then we had to tell her a couple of times, this isn't going to happen all the time, girl. You got to get used to this. And then I think we flew economy, and she's sitting in the middle seat, and she goes, "Dad, Mum, when are they going to make my bed?" And we're like, "Fuck, girl, you are just you're spoiled, man." So we're like, "Nah, mate, that's not happening to me anymore, girl. You got to get used to this, man. Fly like the regulars." So But yeah, bro, it was bad.
time.
Oh no way. So she's accustomed to it now, bro. She loves flying. She's all good.
That's best. That's the best, lad. I've not even flown business yet. But I'm the exact same though. Every off season, I'm like, right, you know what, Ronan, be a bit sensible here.
Yeah,
Next minute, mate, I'm just bouncing about all over the place, mate. The best was one of my teammates. He runs a wellness company called Heist, yeah, and someone went into him and said, "Is Ronan a drug dealer?" that's the best compliment ever, now, isn't it? That's all time. I was cracking up, man. Am I a drug dealer? But that lad, that's what like, to me, that's what life's about. Like I'm not like. I want that every opportunity just to get on the plane. That I'm like, get me on that plane, get me seeing something, get me doing something, because like, listen, the weather here is miserable. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather spend my pound in euro than spend it around here. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Get me somewhere on the continent, living it up in the sun. Obviously, speaking about you being from New Zealand and Samoan heritage, so you got to represent both of them. How was that, and which came first?
So growing up, bro, I didn't know anything about my Samoan side. So my dad's dad, he's Samoan, but he left when my dad was a kid. So didn't really ever get to meet him, which was unfortunate. So didn't get to experience any of that side, which was but so always grew up in Kiwi, Māori. Always wanted to represent the Kiwi. So once I got that chance, bro, that was the best. That was probably the highlight of my career. And then I think a couple following years, I met my missus, and then my missus' sisters, all their partners are Samoan as well. So as we're really close, I'm really close with my missus' side of the family as well. So I was sort of immersed in that culture as well. When I started going, I want to learn more about this. I want to learn more. And then they were sort of pushing me, going, yeah, mate, you're Samoan. You got to represent. We got to represent. I was like, yeah, hard, sweet. So as soon as I got the opportunity to represent Samoa, bro, I was like, yep, that's me. And I was the only white dude in the Samoan team, bro. But yeah, that was mad, bro. Like, I fit it in. Honestly, some of them camps, the best camps, it's enjoyable. Probably not the most professional, bro, but it was unreal. Like, just the celebrations they have, the bonding and all that sort of thing, bro. It was mad. I loved being involved in the Samoan camp.
Oh, there is nothing better on this planet than being on camp. I genuinely believe being on camp is the most fun ever. It's crackable. Were you in Samoa in 22? The World Cup in 22, right? Yeah, because I remember there's this photo of, like, because we did that scrimmage together, Ireland and Samoa. That's right. Bro, and there's this photo, and I'm in the middle of and everyone goes, Ronan, you got the wrong jersey on, G. You've got the wrong jersey on, bro. It was
that was mad. So I remember that. So we had a pretty stacked team. We were unreal. And then we go and did the scrimmage against you guys, and you carved us up, bro. And we were going, fuck, we're not ready, man. We're going to embarrass ourselves. I think it was I come back a week before round one. Before we played England, when we lost 62-4 or something like that. So I was in Turkey, and the coach rang me and he goes, yeah, mate, we start camp, like, I think it was maybe 8 or 9 days before round one. And I go to him, oh, mate, I'm in Turkey. My holiday doesn't finish till like another 3 days or something. And he goes, mate, I need you back now. So ended up having to come back early. I come into camp, I done one training session. I think the next day we went to a soccer game, and all the boys that played for Penrith and Parramatta at the time, they played grand final in NRL. They flew over that day, and I think that was maybe 5 days before the game. But as soon as they got on the bus, bro, we all got on the piss, all went out, and I was thinking, holy, I was trying to convince myself this is good for bonding. This is going to help us. This is going to be awesome. Bro, I was completely wrong. We had one half-assed training session, done a captain's run, and then we absolutely got towed up by England. But it was good for us at the end, because then I think we had Greece the next week, so we managed to find our feet a bit. We go, all right, we need to knuckle down here, and then ended up playing Greece, and then warming up, and then France and all that. So it ended up getting a lot better for us, bro.
Yeah, you nearly bluffed England, eh? Yeah. They thought, these are shit. We'll get these. In the semi-neck minute. Oh, bro, that's the best. And I love the stories from the World Cup. Like, we got into camp on the Wednesday. And I remember, like, I'd not been on a World Cup camp before, and I thought, like, right, we're going to be dead zero here. Like, all the camps for qualifying for the World Cup weren't really serious. It's Ireland, you're playing Spain or Italy. Like, you kind of know you're going to win in those games. Do you know what I mean? But, like, I thought, right, this is going to be zero. Like, we're on camp, and we were based in the centre of Leeds. And we got in on the Wednesday, and we had the serious chats with the coach, like, right, boys, these are their goals. And then went down to the hotel bar, Guinness, a few beers. I was like, okay. Next night, trained again. Down hotel bar, a few more beers. Right, okay, is this what we do? Like, do you know, I didn't know I was only, and then that Friday, mate, I honestly say that was one of the biggest nights I've ever had in my life. Like, that was enormous. That was like, the boys brought their shovels, lad. I was like, oh my God, had a red hot dig. I was like, oh my God, this is huge. And then rolled into that Jamaica week, luckily turned them over, and then it just went downhill from there, mate. We lost to Lebanon. Lost to New Zealand, didn't qualify for the World Cup this year, lost our international lights. I was like, oh my God, yeah. It's a night, but there's nothing like they are the most fond memories of my life, Absolutely. Of my career. Like playing against New Zealand that whole weekend, we lost the Bears afterwards. A weekend with my friends and family, like everything about being on that camp and how much it meant to me. It is the best time of your life, and like I look back on that, and like I'd sometimes jokingly say I can't see my wedding being better than that weekend, because that weekend was just unbelievable, and I love just being around it with the boys. And they're nearly like you've obviously been on New Zealand camp and you've been on Samoa camp, and then anyone who I know who's been on like England camp and then come and played on an Ireland camp, they enjoy it more because it's like you're getting to enjoy your footy. Like it's literally just spending time with the people, and you're all there for a purpose, and it's not money. Do you know what I mean? Because you're not making a fortune off playing for Ireland or playing for Samoa or playing for these lower nation teams. You're doing that for the love of the game and for the love of being with the brothers. And there's no better feeling. I could talk about being on Ireland camp all day because it's what I love to do. But that feeling, isn't it? It's nothing better. And then the stories that come out of that, you just go, oh my God, like that's memories for life.
I'm telling you, like honestly, you think when you come into a camp like that, you go, I want to impress these boys the way I train, the way I play. Nah, man, some of the boys, you come into the camp, I'm going to impress these boys by the way how I party, how I go out, bro. That's where you make your name, honestly. And once you've done that, then they go, I can trust this fella. He's going to be awesome for us, bro. But that's where you make it, eh? That's what I loved about being on the camp, is honestly the camaraderie more than anything, bro. It was good fun, man. Awesome fun.
Mate, it's the best ever. It's the best. I remember our bin juice had to go out. Like, the coaches, you sent them out. Like, the night before the game. So, right, if you're not in the 18-man squad, you need to go. Go get yourselves like gone. I don't want to see you. Our coach was saying go and do it. You know what I mean? And that's the best, isn't it? Like that is peak rugby league, isn't it? It's just man, it makes me so. I get giddy talking about it. Because I just enjoy it so much, and I feel so passionately about it. And like that, I was gutted this week because the boys played down in London. They went down on the Saturday, and like. Even when in the past, like whether it been with Ireland, when I was at Huddersfield, even when I was at York and I had a shoulder surgery, I'd always been brought on trips just for the NO and the vibes, And I got told I wasn't getting to go down to London with the boys. Like even I went to Toulouse last year for the semi-final, and I wasn't playing, but I was just brought to be around it. Do you know what I mean? And like when I'm running water, and it might sound like stupid that I'm saying I enjoy that, because obviously I'm gutted that I'm not playing, but I just love being around the lads. Do you know what I mean? I was gutted that I didn't get to go down on the trip down to London, because I just love I feel like if I'm not gonna play, let me give back to the group at least. Like I'm not gonna sulk about it, And maybe that's nearly that. Maybe that's my Achilles heel as a player, because I don't kick stones and I don't sulk. Do you know what I mean? So people might think I'm okay with not playing, which is not the case. But I just see as right. I need to make myself better so I get selected. Yeah. But equally, I'm not going to bring anyone down about it. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to give everything on captain's road to pump the lads up or whatever. I'm going to give everything on game day in the warm up so that the boys have the NO. Because if not, like, what are you going to do?
Exactly.
Ruin it for the lads. What are you going to do? Kick stones?
No, that you nailed it on the head, bro. Because that's the sort of what I sort of the same thing. Like, there's nothing worse than. You're in the team, you're enjoying yourself, you're playing well and that, but then there's one of your mates or someone you're pretty close with, but he's having a sulk, and then he's sort of going to you and he's bad-mouthing there because I should be in there, and then he's bringing it down, bro. It just isolates yourself. That's what I was like, nah, like, obviously I'm going to feel the way I feel. I'm going to be upset, but bro, when you're around the boys, I don't mention it, I don't get upset about it. I'm sometimes you got to put a fake smile on and just be happy as, but bro, that's probably the biggest thing, is just once you're around the boys, fuck all that negative shit off. Like it's you're dealing with it, but you don't want them to have to deal with it. This is going to bring them down, bro. So yeah,
100%, bro. I always G the boys, I would call them dementors. I say you're being like, from Harry Potter. I say you're being a dementor today. I said I need you to arc up now because you're being a dementor, and I'm not having it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I love that. Like at the end of the day, sometimes it is a fake smile because you're going to be bitter inside. Do you know what I mean? And that's fine. That's fine. It's okay to be bitter inside, because that's what being a competitor, isn't it? You know yourself with last year at Canberra, like you were probably bitter inside and think, fuck, I should be in here.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? And that's okay. You want to feel like that, because I feel like the moment I stop feeling that way, that's me done. Do you know, my career, the minute I'm like indifferent about not playing, I'm putting the boots up because I'm not going to drag it out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
I'm like, the minute I lose that competitive edge, I'm done. Do you know what I mean? Because like, once you lose that competitive edge, that's when you start getting yourself hurt when you're playing.
Absolutely,
Do you know what I mean? Because you're playing against people who want to take your head off. If you don't have that competitive edge, like, do you know what I mean? That I've still got it. It's over, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
100%.
It's like, that's how you get yourself injured. That's how you get yourself in trouble. Looking ahead to this year and the future, what excites you the most about the season ahead?
Bro, for me, I just think at the moment with our Leeds team, from what I saw last year, especially how there's such a good squad there, unreal players, talented as, and there's still that main core of players there this year as well. And I feel like I can add a fair bit to the team as well. And honestly, I think with the team we've got, we've definitely got a team that can take it out. They can go all the way. That's what I'm most excited about. I've won. Minor competition, New South Wales Cup, Queensland Cup. I want to win a major competition. Like, I'm so close to it last time I was here, making the Challenge Cup final. So pretty much for me is I just want to be holding some silverware, bro. That's probably my biggest thing, and being in a major competition, winning it as well. That's
something so special about that, isn't it?
Oh, bro.
Oh, mate, I think that's everyone's dream, isn't it? To lift up some proper silverware and be a part of something like that. Just bouncing back to that Challenge Cup, because, geez, man, that was a tough watch, and that was a tough. I was on the sideline obviously that day when we were at Huddersfield together, and we came down from the box it was at Tottenham. It was weird that it was at Tottenham that year, but we came down from the box pitch side, and between the time we got from the box, argued with the security that we're players, like we need to be pitch side now. We're about to lift the trophy, and got on the pitch. Huddersfield had lost it, and bro, I think like being a part of that and seeing the boys, like seeing the lads' reaction. Mate, it was gutting. What's it like when you're actually on the pitch losing something like that, and it's there for you until it's not?
Exactly, it's gut wrenching, bro. Honestly, like, so I come off with about 5 minutes to go. I was cramping up bad, and I was sitting there and I was going, fuck, I was gutted I was off, but I thought, boys, I got this, man. Look, they were D'ing up mad. Like, this is unreal. We're going good. And I was sitting there, and then come to the last play and they spread it right. Obviously, Bevan French and Jai feel, they can pull anything out their ass. But shifted it right, managed to get an offload. They shifted it left, managed to get another offload. And then as they keep shifting it around, I noticed all our left side of our defense all just try to cover over on the right side. And once they got that last offload, the bro just looked up and just seen this clear space. And that's when it hit me out. I just went, everything it fell out my ass pretty much. I was just I just seen it coming and I was gutted, bro. And then probably the worst thing for me was as they scored, I was sitting down and I was trying to stretch out my cramps, and the coach, he just turned straight back to me and he just goes, I fucking needed you out there. And I thought, what the fuck am I gonna do, mate? But yeah, it was just one of those things, bro. Yeah, so obviously I felt pretty gutted, but he came up to me obviously later and apologised. He goes, it was just an emotional thing and all that sort of stuff. But bro, it's heartbreaking, like you can't explain it, man. Like, it's just, you have it in there, it's in your hand, you've got it, and then boom, just like that, it's gone. Like you said, you're walking down a couple flights of stairs and poof, it's a whole different story. So nah, bro, it was guttering. So yeah, hopefully that don't happen again.
Hey, listen, God willing, that nothing like that happens again, mate. That would be an absolute nightmare. Well, it's an exciting year ahead, I have to say. Aside from footy, do you have any personal goals, life in general, or?
Not just for me, just enjoy my time while I'm here. I've got no massive goals set up. I'm obviously looking into the future of maybe a bit of things after footy. I am getting a bit older, so I have been looking into that sort of stuff. I am a qualified barber, so at the moment I'm cutting all the boys here in the team. I've been looking at a few things. Maybe once I get back home, I was looking at doing a sort of a mobile barbering shop. So I'm looking at maybe buying a van, sort of suiting that out at the back, and where I can travel and cut everyone's up, cut everyone's hair. I've got my brother-in-law, Tana. He's a tattoo artist in Brisbane, Redland Bay. So we've talked a fair bit about maybe open up a barber tattoo shop. That's something that could be on the cards as well. But so yeah, I haven't looked too far into that. But yeah, for me this year, no massive goals, bro. Just more so enjoy myself, enjoy the time with the family. I'm over this side of the world now. I get to do a bit more traveling again, go to places I didn't get to see. So yeah, just having a good time and exciting.
How good's that? Hey, a little bit of barbering, little fresh voids for the boys as well.
That's
All
it,
over
mate.
that. All over that. Well, I'll be booking myself in with you at, well, hopefully soon, brother.
Sounds good,
If,
mate.
as long as I'm not in trouble for getting a haircut off the supposed enemy, do you know what I mean?
all good,
Hey,
all
that's what I'm talking about. But nah, bro, super exciting. I think for the year ahead for yourself. It's good to see you back over here on this
my
side
bro.
of the world, bro. And man, honestly, that was awesome. That was a serious message. Danny Levi, everybody.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yes,
Thanks,
brother.